Okay, guys, we are live. So for those listening at home, welcome to the Dungeon Musings YouTube channel. My name is Kevin Madison, and I'll be your friendly shop steward today, because today we're carrying on with our ongoing campaign of playing Paizo Publishing's, where is it here? Outstanding fantasy RPG Pathfinder 2nd edition, and we are using the remastered rules currently. We are using that to play in our own custom setting of the Spires of Paridar, a setting of class disparity, industrial progress, and occult conspiracy, Coalpunk setting. And with me today are the stars of our Spires of Paridar campaign. I'll go the order I've got you guys on the screen here. Why don't you tell us who you are and who you're playing? First up is Darren.
Hello there, I am playing Dr. Adam Ersprung, who is a created flesh warp inventor, and currently without his trusty sidekick, Igor.
Well, I mean, just he's in a different state of assembly, I think, than typical. So, next up is James.
Right, I'm Sally Dumer, the ancient scale Azarketi monk, who's in a very, very, very bad mood and wanting to do terrible things to someone.
Nice. Next up is Ingolf.
Yeah, hi, I'm Ingolf. I'm playing Basil Westbone, who is an Isoki detective or investigator, as the class is called. And he's also in a bad mood, so that's for sure. Yeah.
Nice. And last, but certainly not least, is Sean.
Hey, I'm playing Golag, son of Doc. He is an orc witch detective.
Very nice. So, guys, everyone does have one hero point. You have an equal amount of hero points as you do hit points currently. Why is that the case?
We got beaten up. We continued our search of the, I don't know whose establishment, it was the address of the place that we'd been given by the Paridar News or Paridar Daily?
Paridar Detective Agency.
Oh, was it?
Oh, no, it was the Paridar Times. Forgive me. Yeah, you're right.
It was Times. That's it, Paridar Times. They give us an address of where they thought Miss Carrington was being held. So we arrived on the scene, found a number of bodies, or a lot of the bodies had been brought back from the dead, some sort of necromancy, and we fought off hordes of these creatures. Until we finally found our main enemy, Dargosh, is it?
Durgosh.
Is it Dargosh? Durgosh. He was hiding in the basement, as a good villain would. And unfortunately, after a bit of a fight with him, we were overcome by mainly his magic, I think. A number of fireballs and various spells, and we were captured by this orc spirit creature. And just at the end of the session, I think Sally had agreed to take a message to Golag's father, Dark, to try and negotiate for his safety, to give him the obsidian bloom, was it he was after?
Correct.
I assume. Yeah. So I think that's where he left it, that Sally was about to go and give this message and try and negotiate our release or our safety. And I think Basil had just managed to wriggle out of his bonds, I think.
Yeah. Who was it that you were here looking for?
We were trying to save James Harker and Miss Carrington, but unfortunately Annabelle had already been killed by this evil being in front of the doctor's eyes. I don't know about James Harker. Is he still alive?
Unconscious, but alive.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's probably tied up as well then. So, unfortunately, yeah, Annabelle was killed during the encounter. But Mr. Harker is, still with us at the moment.
Nice. Anything else we're missing, guys?
Gosh is going to die horribly.
Yeah, I
got
think
to arrange.
I think the party was split. That's there's an old saying about that. That was our downfall.
It was a very, very near thing, it's worth saying. You were very, very close to defeating him. It just broke that way, and I don't think there was anything you could have done that would have saved her. Because I believe she was dead when you guys arrived.
No. But I think we had one part of us was fighting at the attic, and the other one was in the cellar, and that was not a good fit in a way. So, I mean, we have this assault Dr. Orsprung, who was on full attack. That maybe wasn't.
Yeah, I mean, he was driven by it. He was trying to rescue before something would happen to the captive, so he was a bit driven. So he probably caused some of the problems by running off, searching the building. But unfortunately, that is the nature of the Doctor.
All of this running, yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to find the images we were using here. And anything else you guys recall? Or is that us caught up now?
Yeah, I think we have to wait. Wasn't there some minions also, or at least one of them still left?
Yeah, there was. That's why I'm trying to find the thing. I was trying to remember when I got this set up, whether it was before or after some of the other recent stuff. Let's see. Boy, just based the amount of crap I'm scrolling through, like, it's been a busy couple of months. Holy smokes. Do you recall what he... you did say that he was going to ask you to take... to get the obsidian blooms from Golag's father. Golag, you were the last one to awaken as well. I don't remember you saying anything to this fella. Is that right?
I think that's true.
Okay. So there is one dead detective. It's taken several years. I remember this morning to go in and change the default settings. So you guys will no longer accidentally see the hit points of your enemies. And when I create new pages in this campaign, it'll now set up properly. So better late than never. You also find that there are several more of those unquiet spirits that have returned as well. They will be coming in. I believe we'll be still... those things are still sort of drifting around. We'll be starting our session with you guys still bound, or at least in Basil's case, seemingly bound. And you will see that there are more dead detectives that were apparently outside of here or elsewhere in the building that have brought Sepulcher in. And you may remember Sepulcher's your former employee who is possessed of the departed spirit of Matthias Ducard, your former comrade's brother. Golag, have you said anything to Durgosh in the interim? Or have you tried to engage him in any discussion? Or have you just remained stumm? All right.
Probably not to this point.
Okay.
Yeah.
How are you feeling?
I think he's probably trying to change gears, trying to figure out what to do. Taking his surroundings, probably a little groggy. You said Ducard was brought in? Is that what you said?
Yeah, so what has... not Ducard, but I mean, Ducard is bound in some kind of way, but it's Sepulcher that is brought in. Which is the host for... for Ducard, let me find him here. I've got his... I think I've got a token for him. Sepulcher seems to be insensate in any event when he's brought in, and there is obvious damage to his artificial frame. So if you guys have nothing to say, he brings in Sepulcher, adds you to the... adds him to his collection.
And if there is some kind of thing where we aren't under scrutiny, I would say, I don't know how far am I away from Sally. Could I?
You're three. You guys can see where. Did I bring you to the rec screen here?
Yeah. No. But I see it on the map. But is she so close that I could maybe with some just in arm's reach that I could maybe loosen her?
No, she's 10. She's 2 away from you. Golag is next to you. Sally is 10 feet away from you.
Oh, that's Golag. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, but I can try to maybe free Golag then.
Whew.
If possible. I mean, I would just watch. If they are watching us continuously, then I wouldn't.
Yeah, I don't think that's a possibility. You were able to get your hands free, but in the current state of things, it's not tenable to be able to, because you would have to move your hands over. You don't have a prehensile tail. So it would be your hands moving over. You don't have the greatest of arms reach. So it would be...
That's why I was asking how close we were. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So this is brought in, Sepulcher is brought in, and it seems as if there is something curious that happens after about an hour further of captivity. Who knows how long you guys have been out? Who knows what time of day it is? Sepulcher is unconscious when brought in, and what you see is there is someone living who enters the room. Durgosh looks over at him. To passing glance, he appears to be a mid to, level or a mildly successful businessman dressed in a suit, appropriate for any other, mid to upper class Paridar. Durgosh makes his way over to him. They speak briefly. He nods, and then this man departs. And you could give us, Basil, because you are quite close and you are an investigator, you could give us a perception check. See if you can overhear what is said. You also speak Orcish, which is, I think, unique among the rest of them.
Yeah. Just a weird question.
You do as well. Maybe. Of course, Golag.
So, since I was out, am I still fatigued?
Yes. You have not had. None of you have had a chance to recover. So, the kind of unconscious you were is not restful. It was,
okay.
Concussion.
One could always hope. So, I think I would spend my hero point just as I got it.
Okay.
And try to.
Golag, you could try as well too. Of course, you speak Orcish as well.
Much better. So 34.
Are we all fatigued? We're all fatigued.
Basil was. I can't remember why.
Because the last time I tried to sleep, some hag was haunting my dreams.
Oh, right.
Okay, got you.
Right.
I hate it.
Want to make sure.
Yeah. Okay, did you close roll 20? Oh, there you go. Okay. James?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay. Oof. Satisfied with that Golag, or?
Let's see. Sure. Let's see. Let me do a roll again. There we go.
Okay. So what, Golag, you can't make this out, but Basil, you quite clearly can hear that there is a reference between the two, something about the glory of the Sunslayer. So, and then the man departs. And as Durgosh walks back, he walks over to Sepulchre, which he's placed next to you, Doctor, and he points at it, and he says, "Is this one of yours? Did you create this thing?"
No. You see my creation. I'll sort of point down to what's left of Igor.
You are no sorcerer, no necromancer.
I am an inventor, an engineer.
He steps forward and kind of brings, you can hear the creak of Sepulchre's, mechanisms in his neck as he brings him back. How did you place the spirit within? Is this yours, scion of the bitch queen? Did you make this toy?
No. Not me.
It is a fine weapon. You have not inquired as to how this came to be. Who made this?
I assume you would tell us in your own time.
You think that I crafted this? As a reminder, Sepulchre is a creation of like a wartime accident. Some devastating effect killed Matthias while Sepulchre was also serving there, and somehow fused his spirit to his artificial body, so he is effectively haunting Sepulchre.
Mm-hmm.
There's no one who created him.
Yeah, I think maybe it's just to give him something. It's a creation of the war. It's one of the soldiers, one of the projects our city did.
Looks back at you. Your city. You have many such impressive weapons of war. This veneer you have of civilization, it is built on blood and bone.
It is.
He studies you. I did not see it before, small one. You are a warrior.
Yes.
An unlikely warrior, eh?
Not by choice, yes.
I did not think your kind would force in our lands, the orcs rule, and the lesser creatures serve. Did you serve, small thing? Your human masters, did you bleed so their empire could build?
I doubt that my masters are human, but yes. I served in the army, yes.
And looks over to the rest of you. None of you have this look. You do not know the cost. But you do, small one. He gestures back at Carrington's corpse. This one was precious to you.
He was.
A necessary loss. There is war coming. She is but a casualty. You must thank your masters for this. He looks over at Golag. The Beach Queen was wise to hide you here.
Why is this?
We thought you dead. Tell me. These, and he gestures to your face and kind of like scritches at your scarring. These markings, they are from our home, no?
Yes.
He grabs your face and kind of moves it to the side. These are not the markings of your bitch mother, nor of the Sun Slayer. Which of the scions taught you? Tell, so that they may be punished.
Well, unfortunately for you, I guess, then, I'm not aware.
You speak like the people here. Are you so soft?
I'm not sure what you refer to, but I don't know who put the markings there.
He kind of studies you. Is there a spirit in there? And he kind of moves your head up to look at your markings. You have it bound to you. As this toy, are you a creation? And something, as if like a realization hits him, and he grabs you by the shoulders, and he says, does your Paridar know of our secrets? Do they know of the Sun Slayer?
Of course. We're not idiots.
He stands back, looks at you. Then, this is more serious. He gestures, and there's a flash of magic, and Golag is back unconscious once again. He steps over to you, Basil. There is a flash of magic, and you are unconscious once again. He skips you, Sally. He reaches the doctor. A flash of magic, and you are unconscious once again. And he stands back before Sally. You, like me, are not from here.
Indeed. I turned up here somehow and have been trapped ever since.
Trapped. They will hear nothing. You may speak plainly. Did you come for war?
The truth is, I do not know why I came here. I was rescued or found, and had to make my way through the society here. I found such jobs as I can, using my skills.
Crouches down, and he looks at you square in the eye. You fight, unlike any I have seen here. None among, and he gestures at Golag, that one's father, came close to your prowess. This is something you brought here, no?
It appears. But not good enough, it seems.
There are few who can triumph to the glory of a Sun Slayer. You need feel no shame. He kneels. You came with these skills superior to any here. You came and became part of this world. Famous even, no?
Indeed, it appears so.
You are a spy sent by your masters.
If only I knew who they were.
Do you know of other things from your home that have reached here?
I believe there are some creatures from my home, but the trouble with this city is memories become so hard to keep track of.
It is the most insidious weapon they have. You come here and think you always were. How can a warrior bring a fight when they know not that they are at war?
So who are we at war with? Seems unlikely to be Golag's father.
Do you know his father?
No, he seems a bit of a grumpy chap, however.
I would think you would find much in common. His skills, while not equal to your own in prowess, he is a schemer and a deceiver like you.
He has a lot more weight in the city than I do.
Has he been here longer?
I believe he was here before me.
And you need only time. Spy.
Maybe.
I came here for a weapon, and I found much more. Our peoples will soon be at war. But it is to conquer, not to decimate, not to eradicate your memory, your people. There must be a will to lead. But so long as the knee is bent, your people might remain.
And what's the people of Paridar?
The people of Paridar are slaves and captives. And enemy so well hidden, none know they exist, and none know to strive against him, or her, or them. You yourself are a prisoner of war. And you see how well practiced Paridar is at war.
Indeed. If you linger here long enough, maybe the same will happen to you.
I have the will of a Sun Slayer protecting me, and I will not be here long. The obsidian blooms. You will retrieve them from that one's father. And then I will go to my world with him. He looks over at Sepulchre. And this treasure, I think. A weapon of Paridar, if they are using our secrets to build their weapons, and he gestures at Golag, then best we do the same. But the Sun Slayer knows of ways to travel to other worlds.
Oh.
This is not your home. You could travel with me, swear homage to the Sun Slayer, and return to your people. Find who you were, and tell them of the coming of the Conqueror.
Oh. And what would be in that for me? I'm not one of the Sun Slayer's people.
The Sun Slayer is a conqueror, not a decimator, not an eradicator. The Sun Slayer would see his empire stretch across worlds. You would be his herald. You would be a champion to your people.
And does he help my people, or just wishes to conquer them for his own ends?
He conquers them to free them. If you know not who you are, you know not the feckless gods they serve, the cruel and capriciousness of them. The Sun Slayer brings stillness and shadow. Your people will be free. And you will be freed of these chains you have now. Your mind, your memory. None of this is you. These are not your people, not your masters, not your lands.
Well, some memory back would be definitely good. I am sure there is something that I should know.
The sages of sorrow. These words mean something to you.
Hmm. They do ring a bell, but you know how it is in Paridar.
Indeed. Paridar is not a conqueror. They are a pillager. They go, they take. And what has been taken from your people is a great gift. A weapon to defend yourselves. And Paridar took it. I have tried to find it so that my master might put it to proper use, but without success.
So, these obsidian blooms are something to do with the Sages of Sorrow?
The obsidian blooms were for my return. I had them, but a misfortune robbed me of my own. Fortune brought me to the attention of Doc. A rogue and renegade I know well. He well concealed his offspring. But I found that secret too. Though he may try to conceal it, I came for your people's property, to liberate it from Paridar, so that the Sunslayer might liberate your people using their own tools. Circumstances now find me with a potential ally and envoy, a fellow agent of grander things, though sadly, Paridar has robbed you of your glorious purpose. And we also have the nemesis of the Sunslayer, she who would see all cast down, all plans for naught. We have her spawn. And though corrupted by Paridar, he, when enlightened, may take his place among the Scions. You think me villain for killing this one?
She seems to have done no harm to you.
An innocent, but war claims innocence. The stillness of the shadow. A firm grasp. A will to conquer. Innocence need not die when there is no war.
And what about the other?
What other?
The man over there.
That one is a testament to this place. He found his way to our world. Though he, I think, not from here originally. He found his way. He schemed his way into the bitch queen's bed, and he served her. We tried to retrieve him once. He is a paltry second prize, but we will take him and scour what he knows. There are none who can oppose the Sun Slayer. He will learn. Your little friend as well, and the patchwork man. Clever. Though we curse this place, he represents the innovation of this cursed place. And that little one, does he not deserve to fight in a war for himself, not in service to masters?
Oh, I'm sure you'd find him helpful.
Indeed. And you understand. We must
Indeed,
have
sir.
the obsidian blooms for the sake of your people, for the sake of yourself.
But what are these? Why are they so important?
They are needed. The invocation to travel worlds is not a simple thing. The blooms bring us to the lands of the veiled sun. We have similar baubles to bring you to your world. One
And
need
is
know.
it the only way?
It is not a simple thing. Traveling from one land to another.
I could imagine.
And this,
Very hard to get away.
indeed, and this place, it keeps others out. They know the manner of traveling, so they might pillage. They are robbers, traveling to other worlds, stealing what they will, conquering, subjugating, and taking.
Oh, very sinister.
He takes another step towards you, and he says, I did not treasure killing this one. I took no pleasure. I took no joy. You can give us a perception check if you like.
Perception. Ooh. And here we go.
He's lying. He enjoyed killing her.
Oh. As will I in time. Got to have something to bond us together.
So, he says, understand. If you, and I blame not you, it is your chains of this place. If they compel you to betray me, to betray the Sun Slayer. He gestures at Golag. This one will die last. But he turns and he says something in an arcane language that perhaps one of your more magically inclined colleagues might recognize. But he says something, and then there is sort of a sickening cough that comes out of Carrington's corpse, and there's a like kind of dark greenish gray kind of mist that pops out as she coughs, not blood as you would expect. And then her body sort of shudders and raises up and takes a stand kind of next where near where the dead detective was. And then he turns back to you. I would prefer him live, but we can make good use of the dead.
Well, you do seem most powerful and most ruthless, it has to be said.
I am a loyal servant of the Sun Slayer, and much favored by him. His gifts are grand.
Definitely seem most powerful, indeed. Then how should we proceed?
I will release you, and you will go to Dak. You will return here with word, but I will not be here. We have allies in the city, and I will bring these others with me. Rest assured, they will die if you return with anything other than the obsidian blooms. But, and he kind of studies you a little bit. I trust you.
Can I get a read on that?
Yeah. Give us a perception check.
Oh,
On a hero. Well, it's 12:30 my time, so you get a hero point if you want to spend that.
there we go. That's more like it.
He actually does. Remember, your deception, I think, from last time was quite good. He does believe that, like, you're doubting what's going on. That's maybe why he's playing so strongly to trying to further give you context for why you should serve the Sunslayer.
Well, that's cute. Well, then, I'd better get on with it. So what else do I have to persuade this Dak? His son's life? They all seemed a bit distant to me. Is there nothing else you can offer him?
There's a smirk that comes across his face. Doc was always a schemer. I trust if he took such effort to bring him here to deceive. Is he still in league with the bitch queen? Tell Doc that we could take him in his son's place. The obsidian blooms will be ours. It is a question of whether his son lives or not. I think that will be compelling. He comes over, or he gestures to one of the, I guess to the Carrington corpse. She shambles forward behind you and unties your bindings. And Durgosh stands directly before you. You may remember he's not, like, he is a potent necromancer as well, but he fought pretty well when he was fighting you as well too. Not nearly as good as you, but like he's no stranger to hand-to-hand combat as well. And he says, "Bring us what we need, and you will find your way home."
Very well. Let's just try for that. I shall do as you say.
Very good. When you return, tell. He looks over at Miss Carrington. That one. What you have learned, and I will know.
Mm-hmm.
He extends his hand to shake your hand.
Ah, I'll do that.
Okay. You do so, and you are free to leave. So let me... Boy, I still got to figure out how to uncollapse this stupid fucking folder I've accidentally made. Let me do this. I'm going to grab everyone's token. And we're going to stick with Sally just for a little bit longer here. So Sally, once you get out and you're into that semi-slum that you found yourself in, once you feel you're out of the line of sight of Durgosh and any of his minions, what do you do?
Yeah, I'll just try and make sure that I lose anybody that I haven't seen.
Okay. Would you give us a stealth check, please? Describe for us how you lose any potential pursuers.
Yeah, I'd nip round a corner into a side street and then up a drain pipe or some equivalent.
Okay.
And then use the roofs as my usual way of losing people.
So you are
You can obviously spot a tail when they're on a roof behind you.
Yeah, yeah. So you're almost certain that you've lost. Not almost certain. In your mind, you've lost them. Where do you intend to go next?
I guess the only place I know that Golug seems to meet Dak was around that shady bar. Was it not? Or do I guess I could head back to the house and try and see what to the offices. And see also if there are any of the rest of the detectives working for Dak are around there. That's probably one of the better ways of getting old. Yeah, IOU. As an alternative way of getting in touch. I think I'd swing by there first.
Okay.
And see if I could spot.
Sure. So let's have you... You're going to head towards there, and then maybe what we'll do is we'll cut to, at some point later, to give the rest of you guys an opportunity to talk amongst yourselves. Let me see here. So this is not going to be an ideal... Hey, I just found Hannibal's. I haven't seen Hannibal's token in quite a while. There we go. The rest of the party, the rest of the agency awakens bound and in a cell. It's not something that is a obvious what do you call it? It's not like a jail or a dungeon. It's clearly a room that has been repurposed to serve as this, but you are all in a room. It is locked. You guys have had... you still have, like, your pants and your shirt on, but all other accoutrements and weapons and whatever else have been taken. I think from last time it was... Gosh, I think it was either Dr. Ersprung who woke up first, then Basil, then Golag. You guys are not where you were. It is uncertain how long you've been out. You're still quite badly injured, and there is some food, which is surprisingly good looking, sitting on a little bench on a platter for you. Something that's clearly prepared by... it's not as nice as what Sovin would prepare, but it is something that is prepared by help. You look at one another and you realize that you are missing one member of your agency.
And we are still bound, so we can't move.
You are bound. You're able to get up and move, though. Your hands are bound behind you.
Okay. And these are shackles and not ropes or something, because otherwise we could free ourselves.
You
I
can't
suppose.
see. These are more secure bonds than what was before. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So, I mean, I would take inventory and see what's going on here, and look around in the room and maybe escapes or something. But
Okay.
other than that, I mean,
So Golag and Dr. Ersprung, you hop up and, or you see Basil hops up and immediately starts looking around.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be doing similar. I'll be looking around. What's outside? Is there guards? Where's Mr. Harker? Is he in with us?
Harker's not here.
No.
So just the three of us?
Correct. The door, you could give us a, if you've got a knowledge that you think that would speak to, like, architecture, you might be able to make that roll. Otherwise, you could make a crafting roll. That's just going to be a more challenging one.
Yeah, I think I've only got crafting, really.
I think,
Yeah.
Basil, you've got Paridar lore, don't you? Or something like that?
depends on. I got warfare lore, rat folk lore, and underworld lore. So
Okay. How about you, Golag? What are your lores?
Orc lore and underworld lore.
Underworld lore. Okay. You could probably use underworld lore as well. Again, the difficulty is going to be a little higher. But crafting, underworld lore, anything that would relate to like the architecture or the construction techniques in Paridar, that would apply as well.
Yeah. No, not so much. So I would use underworld lore then.
Go ahead. Nice.
No. These doors are not my forte.
You may have missed. You got a hero point at 12:30 my time.
Okay, yeah, but I didn't want to use it for that.
Okay.
Come on.
So Golag, and that's a nice roll from Dr. Ersprung too. The two of you could tell, like, maybe this is like, that fucking the scene you see every time where people are, expositing what they're noticing back and forth as you're sort of figuring out. You're looking and like, these are definitely the walls that are in here. These are like cellar walls in a older building, and likely something that is the age of this and the construction of this and some of the markings on the floor where shit has been cleared out. This is probably a cellar room in some that's used as a larder in some larger building, perhaps a mansion or some other larger, more impressive structure. This is not the basement of a tradesman. This is the basement of someone of means. Goldegg and Dr. Ursprung, you're able to piece that together as you're talking to one another. Where specifically, that's not clear based on what you've got, but that does seem to be where you are. There is a heavy door that is set, likewise, not necessarily something designed to be a prison, but it is something that is heavy enough that it would be difficult for any of you to, you know, break down. Not impossible necessarily, but they've clearly picked a place. Oh, go ahead, Doctor.
This is the whole room. It's not like part of a room that's been sectioned off. It's the whole room has been turned into this.
No.
It's like a whole larder has been turned into this.
Although I'd like the idea of you being kept in a cubicle. No, that's not the case. Hey, go talk to your neighbors.
Mm-hmm. And what about the walls themselves to like an adjoining wall? Are they?
There's one wall that
sort of-
probably adjoins, but the other two ones from the cool. This is likely like the use of ice boxes and things like that. This may have been a like I said, a larder, a place to store stuff. It's cool. It's not damp down here, but the walls are definitely cool as if you're below the surface.
There's a basement of some sort.
Yeah, and at least two of them are quite solid walls. You're likely in the corner of the property. Two of them are probably like
external walls.
Exactly, like retaining walls or whatever, and then two other ones quite solid, but they are likely interior walls.
And is there any way of looking outside? Is there like bars on the door or any sort of hatch or anything?
There isn't, but you could. Those of you who are inspecting here could give a perception check.
Yeah, we do that. I'm gonna re-roll that.
Okay. Actually, that's not that. What did you roll? 20?
20.
Yeah, this is actually not that hard of a roll. It's not
Oh, okay.
quite. I think all three of you can smell. Having had a recent experience with them, you are familiar with the smell associated with the Walking Dead. Reanimated corpses have a unique aroma. There's definitely the stink of some from just outside the door. There's no one respirating or anything like that or shuffling around, but there's definitely something undead outside of the door. So your question with respect to guards, there probably is something out there.
In our hands, you said, are bound.
Behind you, yeah.
I say, curious, provided food, but remain bound is an interesting combination, I say, looking at my comrades. Maybe they just assume we'll get ourselves out of these.
Yeah, I mean, if it is rope, I think we can just use our claws. I mean, it will take some time, but at some point we will be free.
That's not accurate, but that's like saying I could use my fingernails to get through. None of you guys have talons.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I think I'll work on it.
Okay.
I'll be next thing. I'll be working on one of my colleagues' bindings. See what can be done.
Okay. Absent any thieves' tools, you're not going to be able to get these open.
Is it anything your shadow or your magic can do to aid us?
The shadow may maybe get a look outside would be more along the lines rather than the manacles. not immediately clear what I could do to the manacles.
We may have to rely on Sally's return.
Indeed, and we don't know. We're not privy at all to. Did any of the conversation about Sally's task happen before? I didn't know last session. I didn't know what might have.
I mean, I could, at least I'm very sure I could gnaw through the ropes. That would be possible.
Well, again, they're not ropes, right? It's manacles.
So yeah, you said they were. That's.
No, I said they
why
were
we
not.
Okay, so I just was confused. So no, then yeah. So, but if we have no options, I mean, that's then just skip or wait, or I don't know. I mean, it doesn't make sense to play this kind of guessing game. So
Then perhaps you might indulge in some role playing in this role playing game. How do your characters feel?
Yeah, honestly, I think we are monitored, so I wouldn't try to discuss the situation. That's the whole thing.
Okay, so Basil is not saying anything. What about Golag and Dr. Erstrom?
Well, I'll just say that it seems questionable to take much risk here if our options are not significant. I mean, even trying to send my shadow out to see what the situation is beyond the door. And I'll try to say this in a lower tone, for what it's worth. Seems questionable if we can't really effect an escape. Why provoke perhaps our captors at this time, unless anyone can think of a reason.
Unless there is any kind of key or something to these shackles outside that door that a captive has. That's the only thing I can suggest that might be a use to at least look outside for a brief moment.
Indeed. All right. Let's see.
I assume Basil's not wearing his top hat today.
So, yeah, I will have my shadow see about going under the door.
Okay. So your shadow forms on the ground. Your tattoos or scarring is now just scarring, not the blackened markings that it normally is. And where does your shadow go?
So I'll have it like peek under the door if it's able to see it, about feet.
It has a pretty significant stealth bonus, doesn't it?
Let's see here.
I thought it got a bonus as well for should become shadow. Oh, it can hide or sneak in another plus 12. What is your bonus?
My bonus is
For stealth.
12. It's 12.
Okay, so yeah, all right. So then it's quite good. So remember, it can shadow step. It can teleport itself up to 30 feet away. Every 10 minutes, you can share senses with it for up to 1 minute. And once per day, Golag Shadow can use 2 actions to restore 1 focus point to you.
I'll share senses.
Okay. So as this thing, give us a stealth check with the from the shadow.
Okay.
Okay.
Guess I'll. Let's see. What did I roll? I
Roll a
rolled
9. What do you think?
Oh, I'll try it again.
Okay.
See what happens.
Okay. So, from its perspective, and you can imagine it's a bit of a, like, it's a disorienting thing because you're seeing it through a different, different set of eyes. It appears that there are two corpses similar to the dead detectives that you had faced that are standing outside of the area. It's as you and Dr. Erspring had suspected. You're in someone's basement. There are other bits where things have been stored. There's a pile of things that look to be like crates and barrels that seem to have been jammed up against, like they're obtrusive in here, suggesting they may have been taken out of this room in a hurry in order to secure this. There isn't any obvious sign of like a key or something like that on here, but it does not seem like anyone is down here, at least anyone who would require light for sight, because there's no other lights that are down here. It's all senses, right? It's not just your...
I think so. Let's see. Yeah, share senses.
Share senses, plural. Okay. Why don't you
yeah.
give us a perception check then?
Okay. I don't have any hero points.
No, that's fine. That's good enough. What you're hearing is just there's the sound of kind of creaking of the floors as people are moving upstairs. Clearly, this is not an empty place. You can hear the muffled sounds of conversations here and there, and the sounds of floorboards creaking as people are moving around. You're obviously in some kind of building where there are more than, there are more people than just these two corpses and yourselves.
And looking at
probably when
dead...
your senses kind of come back to you, because it's only a minute.
Yep. I will relate this, and I didn't see a key on anyone's belt, right?
No.
That was kind of the
No.
or the wall, whatever.
No, yeah. But again, like the impression
that
here,
big key peg, big, it says keys.
Would that this was a jail, then that probably would be the case. But it speaks to sort of the impromptu nature here that you guys have been put in a room that has been, secured, but they're not used to doing that here.
Yeah. So no sign of a key. Two undead guards and signs of life.
Seems like there's quite a bit to the cellar as well. Like it's not a small place. There's the fact that you couldn't hear sounds coming down a staircase suggests that either there's a trapdoor somewhere that leads from here upwards. But if it's a larder, knowing some of the bigger places you have been to, there is likely a staircase, at least one, somewhere leading up from here, because if you're a cook or whatever and you need to have easy access, stairs is the easiest way to do that rather than having to climb up and down a ladder and a trapdoor or something like that. So there's probably a staircase somewhere down here.
Signs of life in the floor above us, and this basement area appears to be more extensive than just this room.
There was something else that you noticed. It is a ubiquitous kind of plague of basements everywhere in Paridar.
Rats?
Correct.
I did see some rats. Look over at Basil.
Can they get in here?
I mean, the bottom of the door seems probably inadequate. I don't know about rats' ability to squeeze.
Basil, take a look around. Give us a perception check. Now that you're...
Well, 26.
Now that you're looking down, your smaller kinsfolk, do you really think they're going to stay out of a place that is used to store food?
Normally not, no.
There is small holes, and one of the interior walls, down underneath where these benches have been placed. It may have been overlooked by the folks who were bringing things in and out of here.
We could have a talk to them and hope and get some information.
Yeah, if you're able to.
Yeah. So maybe I just make some squeaky sound, like call for someone. Just.
Okay. Give us a diplomacy check, please.
That sounds fine.
Is there something that you're trying to communicate in your squeaks, or is just, just making noise to try and draw their attention?
Yeah. Maybe like, is there someone we're here or something like that?
Okay. So it's a little bit of a wait. You hear a squeak in response, and then something does kind of scurry over, and you can see its little, very tentatively kind of pokes its head out, and it looks up at you, and with a 31 that is very close to a critical success, he looks up at you and kind of, tweaks, his noses or his whiskers are kind of, moving back and forth. He looks up at you. He looks at the room. He says, "Did you get so big because you ate it all?"
I wish, yeah. No, I was born so big.
And is that why you ate it all?
Yeah, they moved the stuff out before I could even eat it.
The food's still here.
Oh, this one, yeah. Have a bite. I'm not hungry.
He looks up and kind of scampers up onto the plate and again begins eating. And he says, "You sure you don't want some? There's so much."
Yeah, be my guest. Be my guest.
He stops and he squeaks at something else, and there's like 6 more rats that come scurrying in and get all over the food and begin just devouring it.
Yeah.
And he looks up and he's like, "Thanks, friend."
Yeah. You're welcome. You're welcome. We are new to this. We got thrown in here. Can you? I guess this is a bigger house with many humans in it.
It is, but they don't come down here very often. Not before. Are they going to eat you?
I don't know. The ones outside are dead already. I don't know if they eat.
You've even gone in that room. It's not good getting near them.
Yeah, I suppose.
And he stops and thinks. He says something to one of the other rats and then looks up at you. "Is that where they move the food?"
I suppose. I don't know.
And he talks to the other one. You can hear him say, like, "That's why we couldn't smell it. Because of them out there." So they're like, "Oh, okay, yeah. And they continue, eating away.
Yeah. Could you, have you seen something change in the last few days around here, weeks? Like, for instance, the dead outside, they are rather new, aren't they?
They are. And they stay mostly upstairs. And one of the other rats says, "We don't go upstairs."
No, you shouldn't. Yeah, I see. So I don't know. Maybe I have to describe a bit. I want just find out where. I don't know exactly where we are, but I think we could just say something, whether we are close to the river or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't know.
One of the two. Remember, there's 2 rivers in Paridar. The way, so with some back and forth, you're able to pick up that you're basically in one of the neighborhoods where like old money is. This is a noble's house. So some aristocracy person has the place here. I don't think they'd be able to communicate the name necessarily,
No,
but like they're able to
don't.
tell you that like we've had nests here for years and 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 years.
Yes. I understand. Yeah. Okay.
So as
Then-
Golag and Dr. Ursprung are what they're effectively witnessing is just a lot of squeaking back and forth between a big rat and a small rat.
So so there isn't any secret doors around here or some other escape from this room you know of, other than the door and your way?
They look and they say, "You're."
A little bit too big, maybe.
They sort of nod. They didn't want to be rude, but yeah. Maybe one of them says, "Maybe if you didn't eat so much."
Yeah. Well, it happened when I was younger, so.
Tragic. You can't barely squeeze at all, then.
Not really, no.
A rat who can't squeeze? I'm so sorry. Are you sure? And they're going to kind of hold up a little bit of the food.
Maybe I just out of I don't know, because out of courtesy, maybe I would just eat a little bit of cheese or something like that.
Okay.
I hope it's not poison, though, but I think I would.
None of the rats have died thus far. So, but he says then, well, if you don't want to be here, how can we help?
We are in these. I think we could free ourselves, but we are in these bounds here, and I try to show my restriction.
One of the rats kind of looks. Why did you put them on then?
Nah, it wasn't me. It was kind of a trap.
And there's kind of a chittering between all of them. Oh, traps! Oh, traps! Oh, traps! Okay, we know traps. One of them asked, "Did you go upstairs?"
Yeah, we were upstairs. Yeah.
Traps! It's just traps upstairs. Oh, the traps! Oh, traps! You don't go upstairs. We don't go upstairs. Rats don't go upstairs. You can't squeeze, and you went upstairs. This is how you got trapped.
Yeah, you're totally right. But now it's no good to just get to this.
Right. That's right. There's no good. There's no help in this. He's trapped now. What do we do now? How can we help? You shared your food with us.
Have they seen a key anywhere, Basil?
Yeah, that's I could ask them, but I don't. I mean, I could try to relate the concept of a key to them, but
Right.
we might end up with all kinds of weird metallic objects.
I mean, you referred. Yeah, I recently rewatched Guardians 2, so I'm not going to, redo the scene of Groot bringing shit back to the captives over and over again. But I think if you describe what I'm trying to think if it would have been. So what they'll tell you is that the keys, if you describe, because you rolled pretty well on your diplomacy check, if you describe, kind of the keys to this, are you asking about the keys to the manacles, or are you asking about the keys to the door, or are you asking about both?
I think I could try first with the keys to the manacles, but I think that's the more important problem. I think we could manage our way through the door at some point, but
yeah,
unless we have freedom of hands, there's no way of.
Let's try. First off, everyone gets a hero point.
I just don't know how tightly we are bound. I mean, if I could get my lockpicking set, maybe I could free someone else with it.
I think that's possible. Yeah, like the difficulty would be a little higher because you're kind of doing it blind, but if you had that, most definitely.
Yeah, that's maybe because maybe they could smell it, because it would smell like me, and they would put our possessions hopefully somewhere near, because gods always do.
Yeah.
Strange reasons.
Well, and if you ask about that, they said they did bring there is something new that was brought down, but it's not.
Yeah.
And they also look sad at one another. It's not food.
That is true, but when my hands are free, I can get you more food.
You would get us more food, even if the kind of chitter and whatnot. You may be big, and you may not be able to squeeze, and you may have gone upstairs and got yourself trapped. But we still think you are a good rat.
Thank you.
What is it you want then?
Yeah, I would try to say that there's this thing which contains my lockpicks, so it must be I don't know, some leather.
Where does
thing.
Basil keep it? His lockpicks.
I think it's just some kind of leather thing, and that should be in his pockets normally in his coat. So I don't know if they took his coat, maybe.
Okay.
And it should be in the coat still.
Okay. So they sort of talk amongst one another to make sure they understand what you're asking for, and then they'll say, "All right." And they, in a little wave of furry rodents, they go back down to their hole and head out the other direction. Now, Goldlag, enough time has passed, like 10 minutes have passed. You could share senses again. Do you want to send do you have somewhere else you want to send your shadow? Or you want to wait and see how Basil's new friends pan out first?
I'll discuss it, I guess, before doing that. What do you, after getting Basil's update, do you think I should try to venture further with my shadow at this point, or best to not risk detection before we get unbound? Assuming that is a possibility.
Well, you could, I mean, if your shadow could maybe find a little bit about the ways here in the cellar, where we could go, I mean, that would be nice, because I think fighting the Guardians is a no-go at the moment, even if we were unbound. So we need to find a backdoor or secret passage or something to escape, I suppose.
We could wait for the rats to come back.
And then look for it, yes. Yeah.
It's just that we might need the shadow to help them find the lockpicks if they can't find them.
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
So it might be worth hanging on. Hopefully there won't be too long. And then we'll know where we're at and what we could use the shadow to help us either distract these creatures some way, or just find us a way we can escape without them noticing us, or I don't know.
So wait was the what was the it was to wait, or
maybe wait for the rats to come back, because I think they might, if they don't find the lockpicks, you might have to send the shadow out to try and help them find it, so we can so Basil can describe to them, if you go straight out of this door.
Yeah, if the shadow can move so far away, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think we're. I mean, while the basement is not just this room, it's probably not enormous.
I think it's like a mile, isn't it? I could be making that up, but I thought it was the familiar link can be up to.
I think it's the sharing senses might be limited.
Oh, fair dues. Yeah.
But I think you could still send it and sort of come back and tell me, maybe, or I don't know quite how that works.
Your familiar can communicate empathically with you as long as it's within 1 mile of you, sharing emotions. Okay. And the shared senses, no range limitations on it. Your empathic connection is up to 1 mile, so you could really go anywhere in this. Yeah.
Just the 60 seconds, that's really our...
just the 60 seconds is the limitation, and then waiting 10 minutes for doing it again.
Yeah.
It's like peep show rules.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we'll see. Yeah, we'll see how they do, and if not, then I guess the shadow can join the team in a sense.
Yeah.
And to see if it can spot the our possessions somewhere in the basement.
They definitely, from what they've described to Basil, they definitely have seen your possessions. Your gear is stored in some side room down here. They clearly didn't think that either. They thought if you did escape, you wouldn't go directly for it, or they just didn't think that beyond that to secure your belongings. So the rats definitely know it's that. But I do have some bad news. It's that it's not food. So.
I mean, you could eat the leather.
Yeah. Yes, they could. I guess what they're more concerned with, if you did have food with you at the time, these villains have taken that food. So,
yeah,
just come to terms with that, and then they'll see about getting the lock picks for you. We're already past our mid-session break, guys, so why don't we take our mid-session break now? And then we'll come back and check in on Ms. Dumer while the Great Rat Caper is unfolding. So for those listening at home, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay. Hey, everybody in chat. THX, Wayne, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a great wrap-up, I guess, of your weekend, or at least a great Sunday. I'm going to grab our stalwart heroes here. And where is the office? Here we go. Let's get rid of that. All right. Darren, my son gets back from his vacation next week, and then the following weekend we have Father and Son game night planned. We're going to be doing more Marvel Zombies.
Oh yeah,
game is really fucking fun.
I know someone who's got it, but I haven't played it yet. I played the original one, like I said, the zombie side, and it was okay, but I think I think the Marvel thing will like dial it up quite a bit. Definitely, yeah. Having the different the powers and whatnot that the characters have is pretty fun. Do the zombies have powers as well? Yes, because you have zombified heroes that you can face, and like the each of them has like it's pretty simple, like it's pretty streamlined, right? Because it's autopilot, auto attack kind of shit. But certainly we had in our game it was the X Mansion one. And we had Phoenix, Jean Grey, show up, and Zombie, Jean Grey. And it was some lucky dice rolls and spending some resources to get her down, but she was pretty fucking scary. Yeah. It looked quite good. I hope you enjoy when you get a chance. But yeah. Hopefully. Okay, just waiting for... Well, actually, we're switching back to Sally. So Sally, I can't remember. Are you trained in medicine at all?
I have my special ability that means let me see. I've got a 9 in medicine proficiency.
But do you have proficiency in it though?
No, I'm not trained.
Okay, just because that will gate off certain things, and I think first aid might be one of those abilities. Let me just take a look here.
Yeah, what's my feat again?
Can you use like nature in place of? Oh, you know what? Administer first aid is not. You need a healer's toolkit.
And needless to say, I don't have one of them.
Aha. Oh, you know what? And I'm thinking of treat wounds, not first aid. Treat wound is a trained action. So, sorry, did you have a feat that allows you to sub in something else?
I've got I've got proficiency of half my level added for anything that I'm untrained in.
Oh, for what, jack of all trades? Or
effectively, it's a jack of all trades. It's let me bring it up.
Yeah, click on the ability.
And that would be the wrong one.
Okay. So
full level rather. Yep.
So what it means, but it doesn't grant you training in it. It just means that your untrained skill checks are higher for it. So, unfortunately, and I take it you have no other healing potions on you.
I have.
Like, I'm not sure if you wanted to heal up, but
I think I do have a lesser healing potion, so I guess I will indeed pop one of those.
Okay.
2d8 plus 5.
Okay.
Okay.
So, as you are making your way back to the office, tell us how you intend to approach. Are you trying to go directly to IOU who are spying or supposed to be watching you, or are you doing something else?
No, I'd be trying to keep myself hidden just on the basis of making sure I'm not followed.
Yeah.
I still trust no one, but really on the eye for IOU.
Okay. So I'm trying to remember what happened. Sepulchre came to you guys, I think at the request of... Do you remember why he came to you? I actually didn't rewatch that far back, but I thought he came to you and helped you.
I thought he was following us, and we said, we're going to this place. We're worried about the situation. Can you watch the back door while we go in the front door? And
right.
so
Okay.
he said he'd sort of keep an eye on it for us, and obviously got captured.
In which case, there's probably one member that is still here. So why don't you give us a D6 roll, Sally? We'll just leave it to fate to see who's here. Five, okay. So 1. One, 2. I think there's only.
I should check some of my equipment more often.
What is that?
Because I've got a fearless sash, which means I can reduce fear states and have a situational bonus. That would have been quite useful in the past.
Yeah, that's right. Fear reduces the number of actions you get, right?
It reduces a level by 1.
Oh no, but I mean, like that's what the fear effect does, doesn't it?
Right. Yeah.
It's not okay. Yeah, that would be really handy then. All right. So what you find is not on the roof, but in that sort of that standard alleyway where you find folks spying on you most often is a fairly well concealed missile Laughlin. I'm not going to make a perception check to try and see, or you would be looking sort of where they were, but she seems to be watching your office. And she seems to be alone.
Right. I will aim to head on up to her then. Trying to keep out of sight, just out of principle.
Yep. How do you want to do that? How do you want to make her aware that you're here?
Pop up next to her.
Okay. Give us a stealth check. She is a trained investigator, so the only...
Oh yes, so she's got a good chance of spotting me, but it's
Yeah.
more fun if I try and...
Nice. Okay. You're able to get right next to her, and then if you make, you're a noise to make yourself known, or you touch her on the shoulder or something like that, she kind of goes for that pistol at her waist, or at her side, and then looks up at you, and then she does kind of an up and down. She says, Faith, what happened to you?
Bad day at the office.
I'd say you reconsider, but we're not hiring.
No. But your boss needs to know something I know. Stack's son is in trouble, and somebody is after something from him in exchange. So I think we need to go see him.
She wastes no time. Come with me. And she steps out, kind of whistles to flag down a cab. We can assume that first aid gets administered to you as well, Sally, so you can roll... What is... Taryn will know this better than anybody. What's the default for expert?
What, treat wounds?
Yeah.
If it's a 20 DC, it's 2d8 plus 10.
Okay. So go ahead and roll 2d8 plus 10, Sally. Let's see how much you get back. Nice. Okay. So, how much do you fill Annabelle in on the drive to Doc's estate? Not estate, but like his... like I said, it's kind of an estate.
Nothing much. I'll just say, look, best you don't know everything. but it's some deep trouble.
Um,
You may get called in for some assistance in a bit, but first I'd better tell Doug.
Okay, she nods. Clearly, like, coming from the same profession, she's not whatever, sort of natural, curious inclination that may afflict those of your calling. She defers to professional recognition, I guess, and doesn't push you on those whatsoever. She does hand you a small drink, though.
Good.
It is not long before you reach the estate, and I don't think you've been here before. You've been maybe aware of it, but this is the most nondescript, rich person's abode that you probably have seen. There's none of the, there's not a branding of a family name or whatever else on the outside. There is just simply a sigil that you actually recognize. I think Golag might have a ring with this particular sigil on it. And it is not like a family crest kind of thing. It is an orcish symbol, but it's otherwise designed in the Paridar style. You're brought in, and you can see that while the gates on the outside or the gates leading into this, the sort of courtyard that leads into this home may not be very ostentatious, the presence of armed docksmen inside here makes you think that this is a place under siege. I'm not sure you've seen as many. You know that the Paridar Detective Agency is quite large, but I'm not sure you've seen quite as many of the Paridar Detective Agency's men, or as they're more commonly known, the docksmen, within one kind of area. They also seem to have some military-grade weaponry on hand as well. Rotating, guns and whatnot. So you are led inside. There's a bit of a back and forth when there's some explanation of who's going on. And you do recognize this is someone who you've probably seen with Golag at one point. And that was, where's his name here? What's your family friend's name? Your uncle? Golag, do you remember offhand?
Skuldug.
Skuldug,
right.
Good job.
He is here. He looks over, and he recognizes you. He comes over, and he says, "The boy, he's been taken."
Has indeed.
How he learned, I guess, is not important. And he leans in. You've got to understand. The attack on Doc. It was a lot worse than we've let on. He's alive. He can talk. But it was a near thing. Can you tell me what happened? And he doesn't seem to be asking it in an insistent way. He seems to be asking it he seems deeply concerned.
I suggest I tell you, him and you together then.
He nods. Brings you up, and then brings you into, once again, past a bunch of armed docksmen as you're making your way in, including guys standing outside. And then you are led into the bedroom, and you can see this big, 4-poster in the middle of the room. And in that bed is Doc being administered by 3 physicians. And he seems to has his eyes closed, and he's propped up against some pillows. And when you walk in, his eyes snap open. He looks at you, looks at Skuldug, and then he turns to the guards and he says something in... I don't think you speak Orcish, right, Sally?
No.
Okay, so he says something in Orcish, and Skuldug just says, "Out! Give us the room." Physicians look at each other. If there was something important they were doing, they seem to know better than to insist on trying to finish their tasks. They leave, they close the door, and the window curiously is open. Like, for someone, not the window is open, the curtains are drawn. Time of day is probably early morning at this point, and for someone who seems to be under siege, he seems to be having spared every effort, or spared no effort, to have as much natural light in this place as he can. So, walks in, he looks up, looks over at Doc, and he looks at you. My son.
Your son is a prisoner of an orc spirit, no less. But I think you're aware of that creature.
So, Orc Spirit, remember, he is flesh and blood. Orc Spirit was I just named that handout that because that's when you first saw him. He manifested through one of the things.
Yeah, and that's me. Unfortunately, as soon as the character's card disappeared, I forgot his name again. so I'm running with what I've got.
Yeah, no problem. That was Durgosh.
Durgosh.
Yeah.
So,
how about I rename the handout to be the actual name?
That creature Durgosh has him and my friends.
How?
He bested us. We went there in search of this human Harker. I think you're familiar with him. And also a Ms. Carrington, a close acquaintance of mine. And when we got there,
Reporter.
The reporter, indeed. And I think you were well aware of this. You had sent some of your men, and your men had been slain.
He looks at...
and usually turned against us.
He looks at Skulldug with a look of like, how do we not put this together, kind of, you know. What does he want?
He wants things called the obsidian blooms. He wishes to use it to travel back to his dimension.
Of course.
And I feel he wants to use your son and possibly my friends against Paridar. He believes that I wish to serve his master.
His
I
eyes...
believe he is convinced of this fact. So I'm not sure how we deal with this. He claims that if he does not get these blasted obsidian things, that he will slay your son and my friends. And if he feels he's being double-crossed, it looks grim. So the question is, how do we undo this creature? Tell me more if you can. If you don't find it impudent, but tell me more about these obsidian bloom. Presumably you have them.
He smiles and you can see it seems to also sort of pain him to do so. You are one of my son's employees.
One of his professionals, indeed.
You're a performer as well.
I'm sure Durgosh can testify to that later.
He looks you up and down. You fought him.
I did. And I nearly got him, but nearly is not good enough.
My son's employees. The Yasaki. The Patchwork Man. Are they alive as well?
Just. Now, I'm sure that we do not wish to give this creature what he wants, but I'm sure you would like your son back, and I would like my friends back, and I would also like this Turkish dead.
I know Durgash from when I was younger and in another place. Durgash is one of hundreds that his master has.
I get the impression he is quite arrogant and feels he is quite a valued creature of his master. Does he overestimate his value?
Having faced him, I trust he has remained an impressive foe.
Yes, it was mostly due to his powers that we were defeated. Though he was on his last legs when I was taken down. He is not invincible.
He is not. And it is good to know my intelligence on you and your capabilities is not overstated. Durgash, did he say why he came? Why come here to Paridar?
He was seeking weapons to defeat the city. He wanted war and conquest of the city. He also muttered about freeing my people. Although I feel that liberation would not be a pleasant one.
My home, his home, is harsher than here. Do you remember much of your home?
No, not too much.
He studies you as if trying to determine if you're lying. You truly have no recollection.
No, sadly not.
He gestures at the window. This place takes much to be a home for all who come.
But Durgash seems an implacable enemy. But I get the impression that he is dependent on these obsidian blooms.
Indeed.
I wonder that he is trapped here himself.
Most certainly he is. Unless he finds a means of traveling elsewhere, and from there to our home. He came in search of weapons. Why attack me? For the blooms alone?
I'm puzzled. There seems to be some connection with your former partner. He seems to go on about her quite a lot. And that is why he seems to involve this Harker individual.
Yeah, as Ingolf said, he mentioned he lost his blooms. So he didn't travel blindly here. He just misplayed. Something happened to his that he hasn't shared. Does Golag know of his mother?
He does. Durgash does rather go on about her.
He would. There are no two enemies who hate the way that his master and Golag's mother do.
Is this something that can be used?
I took great steps to ensure Golag was thought dead by all in our homeland. He has not shared how and he gestures to his face. He doesn't have tattoos himself, but he thinks he pursued it himself. He clearly had a gift for it, a legacy of his mother. And he would not receive that training here. It was I who arranged for his tutelage in our home, in secret, in disguise, among those who oppose both his mother and Zorak. Did he say if she lives?
I believe she does. He tends to use the present tense.
The weapons that he seeks, then, may be something to gain advantage over the Queen. Though with the weakening of the walls between worlds, his ambition to then conquer wider ranges may be no boast. And with the weakening, Durgash may be the first. His master may keep sending foes until they have the weapons or until they have him.
So can we strengthen the walls so that Durgash can not go back and no replacements for him can come? That would seem to be best for everyone.
You've seen the star falls in the evenings.
Mm.
You've seen the fools out picnicking and delighting at the lights. The fundament is weakening. Those are the drums of war.
So how can it be strengthened?
I am no wizard. and I know not how to strengthen them. But I question what weakens them. If Zorek's ambition already extends to other worlds, he would do so knowing it possible. What weapon does he seek here? Did he say?
It was not clear to me.
Give us a deception check. But you should have another hero point too, so... Oof! You want to let that stick, or you want to...
Well, that's not much better.
So you say that, he looks at you. Lies now.
At this point, I have to admit, Sally's not too clear exactly what the weapon would be herself.
So what was it that Captain Hunter brought back? This is going back years, so if you don't remember, that's fine. I'll expo dump you.
I don't remember, yeah.
Does anyone else remember? This was how his crew ended up transformed and missing.
Yeah, weren't they overtaken by these kind of brain, I don't know, like face huggers, but like more from the top?
That was the Dark Tide Riders, yes.
Yeah.
But that was not it, actually. No. The Dark Tide Riders were also looking for what they found.
The sages.
Yeah. There was, 7 things that were taken. They found a mysterious island. They took some stuff from it and brought it back. All of them kept it except for one who pawned it. And it was the person who bought it from a pawnbroker. That's the person you saw who was transformed, who then escaped at the end of that mystery. All the others have gone missing. And you remember that the transformed 7 sages of sorrow, who were changed by those artifacts, they were the heralds of the Grudge Butcher, the creature of endings.
The Grudge Butcher. Then I will rack my brains and say of...
So if you wanted to, if it was a matter of like you didn't remember and you didn't want to lie, we can take that out. If that was an error.
Yeah, that was just me.
Okay, so yeah, he won't
hide it from it.
No problem. So if you do share with him what it is, he says, "This is from your world."
Yes, and he was hoping to turn me to send me back to as a herald to my people of his master. Although I'm not sure how my people would welcome that.
In Paridar, knowledge of the other worlds is limited and has been. It is the same in my land, or it was. Oh, sorry, Sean, we can hear you chewing. So, he says, if he has learned of your world and of your world's weapons, and that they are here, it is rare that any travel more than one world. And yet he knows 3.
He knows more about my world than I do.
It is the influence of Paridar and its master.
But from what I understand, this weapon is not good news for anyone.
Which are? In the hands of the Sun Slayer, it would, if it is as you have said, it would be devastating. And if he has the means to cross worlds, or to facilitate it in an easier manner, the walls that hold this place may not hold, and all other worlds will be at peril from him.
So how do we find this and either use it against him, or better still, get rid of it? It sounds as if there's something best buried and forgotten.
I believe though they would deny it, the Ninth Medical Corps has one of your weapons, your sages, and has been bedeviled by the other 6 seeking to reunite them. But that problem is for your world to concern yourself with. I assume you agree. The Sunslayer cannot have that weapon.
Oh, quite. But that still leaves us with the problem. How do we deal with this Sunslayer and his minion? Is this something where Golag's mother could assist? The enemy of my enemy and all that? Or is that too risky? I wouldn't want to bring your world's quarrels onto the streets of Paridar.
He looks down at the bloody bandages that are holding, his chest together, and he says, "It seems that decision is long past contemplating." There is a reason that I brought Golag here. And that neither his mother nor any others in our realm knew that he yet lived. There is one who knows of Golag's true lineage. The being who taught him his magics.
But clearly Harker knew, and Harker knew it from her. I think you underestimate.
She knew.
Harker heard it from her and turned up on our doorstep, so that's no coincidence.
When I knew her, I would have trusted Golag's mother little more than I would Zorek himself. But she knew that he was here. And she did nothing. War changes all touched by it. It could be that she has changed as well.
Ah, we should always remember, war never changes.
We cannot reach Golag's mother here. I know none of her... If she has agents here, they have not made themselves known, other than this Harker. Is he an agent of hers? You guys may remember, he had years after arriving here where he didn't remember. What, that was only recently when he found that...
Yeah. He doesn't appear to be working for her. He seems to be affected by Paridar, just as I am, as we all are.
Then we have no allies to be found here.
And in your land?
I do not know. It has been long since I have stood beneath the orcish sun.
Might be a blooming good time to find out.
Durgash wishes to take the obsidian blooms. What else? He seeks to take my son as a hostage.
It seems so, but if he's after the weapons, then one wonders, has he got that he wants to take with him? Otherwise, if he's just going back...
Out of character, what do you remember from the context of your conversation with him earlier? Did you give the impression that he had the weapon? Yeah, the rest of you guys can answer if you want as well. Sorry.
No. He's missing this final piece. I mean, that we already reconstructed.
Did he make any mention of that?
One? Sorry,
did he make any mention of that in his demands?
No, he didn't.
He said he was going to take Sepulchre, didn't he?
Take Sepulchre, take Golag, and take you guys. Sally as a potential ambassador to her people.
And Harker, right?
And Harker. Because Harker may have knowledge of the Sunslayer's enemy. It seems his plan is to use the obsidian blooms to take all of you to his master. So does that clarify? Sorry, Sally?
Yes, but it's like they confused at what he gets out of it. Because although we are wonderful,
well,
I don't get the impression we're
one
that
of you
powerful.
is certainly more so than the others. You also, remember, you convinced him that you are true to this cause.
True, but that's not the wonder weapon.
Nope, but what is Golag?
He's maybe even more or better of a weapon because he can be used directly against the leader of the enemies. So it would be a more subtle but maybe more effective weapon.
You guys had been... Oh, sorry, Ingolf, carry on, sorry.
Yeah, so he's also the heir apparent. I mean, one could now hope that instead of just conquering, he would just try to have a claim to the throne just by Golag. If he can manipulate Golag or make him his minion or whatever, then he would say, well, you know your thing is bogus anyways, because I will rule when you're dead either way. So just wait.
You guys had been discussing throughout this mystery as well, why didn't this guy go directly for Golag before? What seems like what is the answer now?
Because he didn't know.
Yeah. Yeah, at the very least, he didn't know. I mean, maybe for a limited time, he didn't know where Golag was, but more likely, yeah, he didn't know he was alive, I suppose.
Yeah. Yep. So he just really wants you and the Blooms to get you back to his master.
So he came for the Sage, but stayed for Golag. That's what we're...
Yeah, it's like plan B, isn't it? He couldn't get what he wanted originally, so he'll take the next best thing.
And
How do you feel, Golag? Be plan B.
I prefer to think of it, he found a superior plan.
So, Sally, does that clarify what... James,
yes,
does that clarify
it
what
does.
sort of...
I thought he was still after plan A. Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't asked anything about that, which...
Yeah.
If he's keen... Go ahead, Ingo.
Oh, sorry. No, I just while we're at it, I mean, you told him that the Sunslayer wanted to conquer Paridar, but I think that's not what he told you. Actually, he didn't. So I think he told that they wanted to conquer your homeland, not Paridar necessarily, or in the second step or something. But I wasn't it something like this is a cursed place anyways and whatever. So I'm not sure that he actually told us that they wanted to conquer the city. I mean,
He did say he was at war with Paridar, but you're right. He didn't say he wanted to conquer the city.
War. I think more than...
Yep. Okay. I start to think of Paridar as my city these days, my land these days. Been here so long.
And Doc says, it does that.
So, his plan would seem to be to disappear, which would resolve Paradar's problems, temporarily at least, but not those of my friends. And I have a pressing need for resolution of some things anyway. I would be loath to see him succeed.
He has my son. And he just holds his eye contact with you as if like that says everything you need to know about what he intends to do to this guy. But he is a tool
He is that.
for my son to be safe, for your people to remain free.
Oh, we are all on the same page with these things. Your son free. My friends free. My people unmolested. And him dead. Painfully, preferably.
Then the Sun Slayer and all his allies must die. If Golag's mother can aid in this, you will only learn so in the Orklands.
So, how do we get there?
You hear kind of a from next to you. Durgosh opens up a enameled plate. Looks like it's been bleached in the sun and then enameled and whatnot. And within this crate, there are rows of wooden little slats, and in each of them, a finely carved obsidian bloom.
Skulldug did this?
Skulldug did this. Did I say
You said
Durgosh?
You did.
Surprise
that would
attack!
have been that would have been a twist. A twist and a half. Roll initiative. Everyone, it's in.
So
it's
it's because I've got his. I don't think I've got an image for Skulldug yet, which I really need to rectify. I've got Durgosh's image on screen right now for the folks at home.
Yeah.
So
Well, if they're the same person, then that makes it easy.
That'd be terrible. That'd be terrible.
So what he says, you say Durgosh trusts you.
Doesn't everyone?
He narrows his eyes briefly. And then lets go his his inclination to repartee. Actually, Doc is not really much of a verbal sparrer. He says, if you would travel there, let him think himself successful. And when you arrive, find Golag's mother and burn the Sunslayer's empire to ashes.
Oh, that works for me.
My son, his allies, must think. You, a traitor, for the ruse to succeed.
Oh, I feel everyone is convinced so far. We will keep it that way. The deception will be worth it for the payback.
Then if he has these, and he has my son, there is nothing else to prevent the Sunslayer from coming again as a conqueror for your people, for Paridar, and for all other worlds.
The stakes are high then, and it seems. For the sake of sentiment, are we not putting too much at risk?
Golag's mother. She called him a child of fate. I thought by bringing him where all past is washed away, fate would not find its way into his life. And yet,
That's fate for you.
we must trust. I trust. My son will succeed.
Is there no other way of getting in touch with his mother? giving him what he wants seems to have a crucial flaw to the plan.
I think he will find, though all blooms will bring you through worlds, not all to the same place.
Mm-hmm.
Where you will find yourself will be, it was, unclaimed territory, disputed lands.
Aha. A booby-tapped rose, no less.
You now have the measure of Durgosh. I trust he will not get the best of you a second time. Do you think it worth risking restoratives? He's asking if you want to smuggle healing potions among the...
I think I should. These, if nothing else, under the ruse that such travel with the blooms would be unsafe for such weakened people.
And the orc lands are unforgiving.
Exactly, so such valuable possessions need to be in tip-top condition.
You may use these as well to return here. Should they reach the Sunslayer and his allies, it would be a great danger to hear.
And can I destroy them if that seems likely to happen?
It would strand you there, other than the method by which Durgosh traveled.
Well, to impede them would be worthwhile, but good to know they can be destroyed in extremis.
And the second caution I offer, I do not know why Golag's mother, having learned that he lives, took no steps to contact or bring him into her fold. If the woman I knew remains, she is not to be trusted.
Just to make this explicit, you did not want to tell him about Vesta King and all this stuff.
Well,
I mean, as far as you guys knew,
that's why I was asking.
other than the shadow stuff, what connection do you have between Durgosh and all of that?
No, not between Durgosh, but between Golag's mother and her. So this reclaim your throne or something or take your throne. This seems very obvious that it is connected to his mother directly. So, but I mean, it's for James to decide what Sally will share. But I was just wondering whether you didn't want to on purpose or whether you just didn't think of it right now.
No, but indeed, is that his mother trying to reach out through that route, and therefore she isn't abandoning him as such, because he does seem to have had some reminders of his mother through this woman. So are you sure, Dak, that she has not tried? You know her and her powers better than me. If he has had dreams of her, does that...
I must confess, Golag's mother is much older than I, and has been bound to the shadow since before my grandfather's time. If she is, I wonder if it is her, or if I was a fool to allow him to learn the ways of shadow magics, and by doing so allowed him contact with whatever force drives her and her brother.
Her brother?
Zorek and
Is her
Golag's
brother?
mother are twins.
Okay. What a complex family.
There's a bit of a wry smile, and he says, "You understand why we left." Durgosh will not have his allies. And even in diminished states, I trust my son, your friends, will be cleared, free to escape him. But if he returns alive, or if he is slain, his master will know what he does. Your vengeance, my own. It may need wait until we are free to dispose of Durgosh.
Indeed, and ultimately, I'd be happy to dispose of who Durgosh works for. Go to the root.
Then, my physicians say I must rest. But have you any other questions?
Is it worth trying this other route? Or is I am concerned that giving him the blooms is risky. If necessary, we do it, but if this king woman can get us to communicate, would that not be...
The Sun Slayer, he must die. And that can only be accomplished in the Orklands. As this voice offered any means for my son to reach them.
Well, that is true. Nothing that he told me.
That if this voice whispers to him, and if it is his mother, she has plans for him. A raised Golag to be his own orc. He must remain so.
All right. Well, time for the black roses and much in the way of resuscitating potions as you may have.
Indeed. We will see to your wounds before you depart. You can restore yourself to full hit points here, Sally. You will be getting enough treatment. And I think unless there's anything else you wish to ask of Doc, why don't we end our session with Basil? Your friends have returned with your lock picks. And you're about to sort of spring this plan into motion when Golag, I'm assuming you are keeping watch, you see coming into the basement Durgosh, accompanied by Sally, carrying that white box that we saw before.
Okay, I'll relate that. Oops, yeah.
They're coming. They're coming. So then the door to your impromptu cell opens up. You've got your lockpicks on you, Basil. And in walks Durgosh and Sally. And Sally, you can see the guys are in the state that we had described earlier on. Manacled behind, looking fairly worse for wear. Though they did seem to eat all the food, though. There's an empty plate with fresh crumbs on it. And Durgosh, he's got a bit of a wild look in his eye. And he says, "It is time. We go to meet the Sun Slayer."
But first, we need to make sure they are ready for the trip. Do not be impatient.
Such preparations would take nearly 2 weeks.
Ah. Damn it.
And for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us for Chapter 10, or Part 10 of the Queen of the Veiled Sun mystery. I guess we'll have to end things there and pick up in 2 weeks' time. So let's see here. First off, for those listening at home, thank you so much for joining us. As is always the case, if you have any comments, questions, or concerns regarding the session, the campaign, or the game we're playing, please don't hesitate to leave a comment in the comment section down below, and I will attempt to reply in a timely fashion. There's also a link down below to the Dungeon Musings Discord server, where all of us are active. And we have channels there dedicated to this game, this campaign, and most of the games we run on the channel. And there's also there's a friendly, helpful, and knowledgeable community over there, so you are more than welcome to join us. There's Find a Group, GM discussion, virtual tabletop chat. There's also a link down below to our friends at Noble Knight Games. Noble Knight Games is the preeminent unionized retailer of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs in North America. Not only do they have an incredible selection of new role-playing games, board games, and card games, they have an unmatched selection of hard-to-find and out-of-print RPGs. If they don't have something in stock that you're looking for, you can put it on a want list, and they will send you an email when it comes in. And if you make a purchase of $10 or more through their website, be sure to enter the code NOBLEMUSER. It's listed in the description of the video. It'll save you 10% on any purchase of $10 or more. That discount code will change as of October 15, 2025. So if you listen to this after that time, come back to one of our more recent videos, and you'll see what the current discount code is. The last thing I will say is a huge thank you to our stalwart illuminators, our stalwart illuminators, So Darren, James, Ingolf, and Sean, thank you so much for playing today. I am so sorry for what's going to be happening in our next session. So, for those listening at home, we will be back under the Spires of Paridar to see what our Illuminators are going to do in 2 weeks' time. But until then, we hope that we gave you a few hours to take your mind off the troubles of our world and think about the troubles that are besetting not only Goldag's family tree, but everyone related thereto. And until we see you again, stay safe, stay healthy, and happy gaming.